This has Patriots fans fired up for the start of the regular season as Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels talked about Drake Maye recently and how the offense is ready to take off this season with Maye at the helm. We'll get you the latest Patriots news and information right now on Patriots Digest. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. Lots to talk about as the NFL kicks off tonight with the first game of the season being the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. For the New England Patriots, they start their season on Sunday at home against the Las Vegas Raiders, and we are so excited for that game and excited to see the offense come and take over as well. Before we get that, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Nearly 94% of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before kickoff on Sunday. We are at 825 subscribers right now, meaning we only need 175 more. I know Patriots Nation has my back. Go down there and smash that subscribe button. Josh McDaniels has come on as the offensive coordinator in his now third tenure with the New England Patriots. And this time, he has a brand new special weapon at quarterback in Drake Maye. Now, this will be the first season those two work together, but it's also just the second season of Drake Maye's career. With that being said, there was a lot to talk about during training camp with the relationship between these two and what exactly is the expectation going forward, because there are some people that say the wide receiver room isn't all that great. There are some people that say that it is. Either way you push it, the offense is definitely going to be way better than it was last season. No matter what you think of the wide receiver room or the running back room, it's going to be better than last season when you add in Stefon Diggs, TreVeyon Henderson, and you name it, with the offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels and that mindset kind of coming into the organization once again. And so we got to kind of talk with Josh McDaniels recently in a recent press conference, and he talked about Drake Maye, what he's been seeing, and kind of the excitement around the season opener and the offense coming up here in just a couple of days. So let's kind of take a look at first what the Josh McDaniels said about Drake Maye, and Drake Maye alongside saying what he thought about Josh McDaniels. Here's our first quote, McDaniels at the podium saying, "My feelings are based on what I see every day and how hard the work and what they put into it. I couldn't ask Drake to do more than what he is doing." McDaniels said this as well, saying, quote, "He's trying to understand exactly what we're doing and trying to be as well-versed as he can on what we know from the Raiders, but just looking forward to going out there and watching him play and seeing our entire group out there together." McDaniels before this said how high of expectations he has for Drake Maye and the offense just because he's seen it in training camp. He's seen it in, day out practices, knowing that there is a high ceiling for this offense. Now, there is a lot of new pieces. Drake Maye is just in his second year. Josh McDaniels brings a whole new offense to the table, along with Mike Vrable being your head coach. There are a lot of changes. Now, there are going to be bumps in the road in changes, but we all, I think, can agree that this was a positive offseason for the New England Patriots. Getting Stefon Diggs, working on this offense with a couple of draft picks with Will Campbell, TreVeyon Henderson, Kyle Williams even, I think could have a decent role by the end of the season. So there's a lot to be excited with this team. And the good news surrounds it is that you also have Drake Maye at the helm once again, which, yes, he's going into his sophomore season, and I do think he is one of the better rookie quarterbacks from last year, but 13 games last season, 15 passing touchdowns, two rushing touchdowns as well. QBR is just all right, 55.2. I would say for a rookie, that's a pretty good level. 225 completions across 338 pass attempts, and then, of course, the 17 total touchdowns. If we go look more in-depth at his stats here, you can see that he threw for over 2,200 yards as a rookie, and that was with the receiving core that basically you could have stuck a bag of chips out there and would have had the same level of receiving core that we had. I mean, it was not good. Now, I think there was part of it that we weren't using Pop Douglas right. We weren't using Kayshon Boutte at all. I think Eftim Chisholm is going to have a more advanced role than people are believing. I mean, I know that he was a UDFA, and yeah, UDFAs, and they look good in training camp, and you don't see him in the regular season. With how limited this wide receiver core is, with just 6 on the active roster, I'm sure they'll bring up guys every week to kind of bring them into the light off the practice squad. But Eftim Chisholm, I think, is going to be a very undervalued part that we're going to see pretty soon on in the Patriots season. But you're also going to have a little bit better of an offensive line. 34 sacks last season for Drake Maye. He had a little bit of a tough ride during some of those where he was basically running around. I always like the Twitter pages that are like average Drake Maye touchdown, and it's him literally in the pocket for 15 minutes because the receivers can't get open. His line or not in the pocket, but rather scrambling around behind the line of scrimmage trying to find some space to pass, because Drake Maye is a runner. He can run, but he likes to pass, and that is what his specialty is. I mean, and it's hard to compare, but Josh McDaniels coached Tom Brady for a long time. I'm not comparing Tom Brady to Drake Maye, but he had that kind of similar outlook of, I'm going to find a way to avoid the pressure. If I need to shake some guys off me, I will. And I'm going to throw the football. That's what I'm here to do. I want to throw the football. And Drake Maye can run. I like to see him run, but I also want him to be healthy. Funny enough, though, if you haven't been reading the reports, Drake Maye and Josh McDaniels have been game planning against Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders with footage from the last time McDaniels faced off against Pete Carroll, maybe in the Super Bowl. McDaniels has helped Maye prepare by showing him film from Pete Carroll's coaching career. Maye said he watched Super Bowl 50 whatever or 40 whatever when the Patriots beat the Seahawks, as well as a 35-30 loss to Carroll's club in week 2 of the 2020 campaign. That was the last time McDaniels faced Pete Carroll, end quote. We all know Pete Carroll coming in, a new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders, Mike Vrable, new head coach for the New England Patriots. This is actually a bigger game than people are kind of making it out to be. I think outside of the New England area, people aren't talking as much as I believe they should be about this game, just specifically because you have Pete Carroll in a new location, a long-tenured, Hall of Fame level coach. Mike Vrable, who was a Patriots Hall of Famer as a player, coach for the Titans, I think probably shouldn't have been let go by the Titans. Not the GM was their fault. That's not either there nor there. Mike Vrable didn't trade A.J. Brown. That's the point. But Mike Vrable is a very good head coach now with the team that he should have been with last year if we didn't hire Gerard Mayo. That's the whole thing. So it's going to be a fun game. And Maye kind of talked about a little bit on Josh McDaniels as well. He had this to say, saying, quote, "I think it's great having Coach McDaniels who played against the defense and knows some extra little tidbits for me to know, whether it's in the huddle or before the play. I think it's great to have a play caller in my corner who's played against this scheme in the Super Bowl," end quote. Now, Pete Carroll is a very hard-nosed coach, really likes his defenses. Obviously, the Legion of Boone in Seattle when Carroll was the head coach there. The defense for the Raiders in terms of players is going to be a little different. They're going to have Max Crosby, and their secondary is just going to be okay compared to the secondaries that we have seen Pete Carroll have in the past with the Seahawks. So a little bit different. I do think we'll see a lot of running backs getting out for pass catching opportunities. A lot of passes are early. And I'm very curious how we use the running back combo of Rhamondre, Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, and TreVeyon Henderson, because TreVeyon technically was listed as RB3. Again, rookies are kind of a hard thing to manage on those depth charts, but either way, it's going to be a fun time. And I think the big thing here and the major thing that you have to realize is it's going to be the first time Josh McDaniels and Drake Maye are working together. Yes, they've obviously done a lot this offseason, but there is a lot of new pieces, so expect some bumps in the road, which is exactly what Sean T. McGuire of NBC Sports Boston said. He said, quote, "It's not going to be perfect the first time. McDaniels is in Maye's helmet, as McDaniels confirmed. Their connection will improve as they gain more game day experience," end quote. So it's an exciting time. Obviously, first game of the 2025 NFL season is coming up. Going to end our show as we normally do with a Patriots question of the day. Kind of talked about score predictions, all that stuff, but we talked a lot about Drake Maye in this video, so I want to pose a Drake Maye question to you. If you'd like, get down in the comment section. I'm always reading, always checking out, seeing what Patriots Nation has to say. But for this season, I want you to predict Drake Maye's stat line. How many yards is he going to throw? How many touchdowns is he going to throw? How many touchdowns is he going to run for? And let me know what you think his completion percentage be. Just all those stat lines, whatever you like to put down there. If you just want to do yards, just want to do touchdowns, let me know down in the comment section. But really appreciate all the love and support once again. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are oh so close to 1,000 subscribers. I believe we can hit it before week 1, which is just now, 3 days away. Exciting time here for the NFL to start up. We'll see you next time here on Patriots Digest, everybody. Peace out.